Yeah.
So tell me about your career then. I mean, like how long did you play for? What was that like?
So I came out of UNLV. I actually got drafted #1 overall in the country into pro leagues. So that helps because, you're not, no offense, but you're not a 6-rounder in the, 37th overall, right?
Yeah.
So in many ways I was, the best college player in the country.
Yeah.
And I played another 4 years after that. I played back in England, I played in the United States, and I played in Canada. My career ended before it ended, but my career ended because I was the heart guy. Didn't matter how I played. I was a heart guy.
Yeah.
And the press were all over me everywhere I went. And it reached a boiling point. I'd met my now wife, and I found myself. I was playing in Cleveland, and we had 3 days off, and so all the guys scattered. But I was, by our PR team, was sent to Milan, Italy, to do an Italian talk show. In Italian, and I don't speak Italian.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, excuse my language, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I'm a soccer player, I'm an athlete, but what am I doing? And it had got so preposterous, the media and the nonsense, that I actually called my now wife, and I said, I think I'm going to be finished here soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like, that transition from professional athlete to... Because that's like for most athletes, that is their life. They don't have a necessarily a backup plan. They don't have investments. They don't have all this stuff. They were athlete. So what was that transition like to the non-athlete world?
Yeah, I think for 99% of the athletes in the world, you actually don't get to stand in front of the microphone and say, I'm retiring and have this wonderful statue built and all this. That's all nonsense, right?
Or do it like 5 times on Twitter and then come back every year.
Yeah. That's all sort of, so it was, we came back here to Vegas and I sort of muddled around a couple different jobs and finished my schooling. And then I learned that entrepreneurship is a lot like athletics. It's competitive. It's you get highs and generally speaking, the people that work the hardest win, or the people who understand the system win, right? I mean, tell you, right?
Yeah.
So it took me a little bit, but quickly I figured out, within probably about a year and a half, I figured out I'm an entrepreneur. I like risk. I'm gonna go out, and I did, and I built a number of businesses and sold them and was successful and had some liquidity events and
Yeah, what kind of businesses did you get into?
I did all kinds of business. I started selling merchandise up and down the strip.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of merchandise?
Oh,
just like
you name it. You need a logo on it, I got it.
Okay.
And this was middle of the 90s, and I was thinking outside the box, and I found myself importing from overseas, and I was dumb enough or aggressive enough or competitive enough to go to China and drive 5 hours inland and find factories and all that stuff, which was early days for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Sam's Town, old casino here. They would give out jackets for the month of November, and they'd need 60,000 jackets or something. I'm your guy, man. I'm going to China, and I'm going to get the cheapest price. So that's how I started.
What I love about that is, I tried to start years ago. I started a sunglass business, a wooden sunglasses business. I thought it was super cool.
Yeah.
I still like wooden sunglasses, but I didn't have success in that. When I look back on what happened, there's a number of lessons I learned, but one of the biggest ones is I was not willing to go to China, and oftentimes we say we want to do some business idea, some cool idea, we're really excited about it, but we're not willing to go to China or whatever that person's China is. We're not willing to go the extra step. 99% of the world will say they want to start a business and then not go to China for it. But you actually went there. There's that book Shoe Night by was it Phil?
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog by Phil
great
Knight,
book
right?
by Phil Knight. Great book.
Yeah, Shoe Knight. Shoe Dog, Phil Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was in that book, like him going overseas and knocking on doors, not speaking the language, like that's what made him successful. So you did the same thing.
It's fear, man. Right? People don't do it because of fear.
That's exactly.
It's very simple.
Yep.
It's all about, and you know this.
Yeah. 100%.
It is 99% about fear.
Yep. How do you overcome that? What do you advise?
I don't overthink it. Just effing do it, right? Just don't overthink it.